what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sensibly Cynical podcast. I'm so excited for today's episode. Recently, I was joined by Emily and Jaci of the Greener Grass podcast. You know, it's the podcast where they answer a simple question each episode. Would you rather do this or that? And this interview was awesome because about a year and 4 months ago, they were featured on the podcast as we talked about the iconic show Schitt's Creek. So it was great to catch up with them, see how their podcast is going, and much more. So without further ado, here is my interview with Emily and Jaci of the Greener Grass podcast. All right. So joining me now, co-hosts of the Greener Grass podcast, Emily and Jaci. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hello. Doing well. How are you?
Yeah. Well, after 30 minutes of self-inflicted technical issues, I'm good. I'm good to go.
Right.
So what have you guys been up to since August 25th of last year?
Holy crap.
Is
was
that
it really that long
That's
ago?
when we talked?
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago.
Well, we launched a YouTube channel.
Yep, we have a YouTube channel now. We do fun videos. We do fun videos to promote our episodes.
Yeah.
So
let's
cheese
and
picture.
Oh yeah.
And TikTok
Yeah.
too. We have TikTok now.
Yeah.
So we're getting ourselves out there more, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
How's the audience been? Has it been steady, not steady, up and down?
mostly steady. We've seen a couple of spikes. Thankfully, no drops, but
Yeah.
sometimes we'll see like an increase, like a certain episode will come out and we'll get a few more listeners than maybe we would before. So,
Still want more though.
yep, bring it on.
For those that haven't listened to you guys, talk about the podcast and what you guys do.
Sure. So we do Would You Rather questions. It started because Jaci and I used to do Would You Rathers. We still do.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, parties, we'll just sit there like, hey, would you rather? Blah, 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 blah. Tailgating, whatever. And so we've always wanted to do a podcast. And we thought, what could we do? Would you rathers?
Yeah.
So we take two different topics and we just weigh the pros and cons and pick what we'd rather.
Yep.
What else?
And
Wanna talk about
then, we do, so we have the topic in hand
Right,
for the entire
right.
episode, and then we close it out with surprises. So we surprise each other with the Would You Rather that the other one doesn't know about.
Do you have a list of them and you just pick and choose?
We
of
just,
our surprises or
No, of topics.
of the topics.
Oh,
Like, do you have a whiteboard where it's like, this this
We have a
week we do
spreadsheet.
this?
We do have a spreadsheet, and when
Excel,
we think of ideas,
I would
we
assume.
kind of
Yeah.
an Excel spreadsheet, exactly. And we just put ideas. We try to do themes. Like this month, we've done all Christmas themes. We did Halloween themes in October. So
Yeah.
we try to go around what's happening if we can. If not,
Yeah.
we'll do random ones too. But yeah,
What's been your favorite recently, I guess? You have a recent favorite?
I really loved our Bates or Bateman episode.
yeah, we did Norman Bates or Patrick Bateman. We compared the two, Psycho and American Psycho. That one was fun.
Good.
That one was
I like
fun.
I like the 80s, 90s one myself. I was alone
yeah,
on
that
the
was
90s,
fun.
but
I was about
alone.
to say,
I like the
Sean,
90s
that's my favorite too.
I was
80s or
born
90s
in
was
the-
my favorite.
I was born in 87, so like I said, I commented on Instagram, but
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
was like the 90s. I remember all of the 90s
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
that was a lot of fun, and we did a YouTube video to go along with it, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
I love the
Mhm.
episodes where we do videos with.
Mhm.
We just the one that came out today, we did Naughty or Nice, and we have a
Yeah.
YouTube video for that one.
Yeah.
So
Definitely
Chris-
check that out. It's funny.
Christmas. What did you guys do for Halloween? What was your Halloween episode? Was it
Oh,
trick or
man.
treat?
we did do
We
a trick or
did do
treat.
trick or treat.
I mean, sorry, that was pretty
Yeah.
blatant,
Yeah.
giveaway.
And then we did Crystal Lake or Elm Street.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
of course, Bates
And then
or
Bates or Bateman, that was the Halloween. So yeah.
well, well,
Oh,
let's
we did
start.
Boo or Woo.
Oh yeah, Boo or Woo.
Oh, okay. Did you get the email of topics I sent?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So let's start off with ice cream cone or no ice cream cone. So when you go to a shop, right, and you'll see the stack of cones. Everyone, since they were little or whatever, everyone's been to a shop. Do you go straight for the cone, 2 scoops? Or are you just in a bowl? Jaci, you go first.
Well,
I know what you're about to say.
I don't really like ice cream that much.
Oh,
so
well.
I'm definitely going to get the cone because that kind of breaks up the cold. I like a good waffle bowl or a waffle cone. I don't like cake cone. Yeah. But for ice cream, it's got to be like a really good flavor if I'm going to get any.
I knew she was going to say that.
Well, what if you had to pick one, what flavor would you pick?
Pistachio.
I've had that before. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Or anything like salty ones are really good.
Yeah. Salty caramel.
All right. Is that yours? Caramel?
Maybe I just like strawberry, like plain old strawberry.
So
and I love waffle cone.
Are you cone or no cone?
Definitely a cone. A nice like fresh baked waffle cone. Those are the best.
You'd be surprised how many people are no cone though. Like me,
Really?
I'm not a big cone person.
No cone?
No, I'm not I mean, but I like cookie dough myself.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one.
We did an episode. We did cake or ice cream. Was that my birthday episode or yours?
Yeah, it was yours.
We did cake or ice cream.
Yeah.
We do light, easy topics sometimes like that. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to beer or wine. Emily?
Wine for sure. We are big wine drinkers. Cheers.
I'm surprised you haven't. Have you guys done that episode? Have you guys done beer or wine?
We did.
Well, we did.
No, we did. We did beer or liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But then we did do a wine episode.
Oh yeah, we did a white or red wine episode. But we're both wine drinkers. I don't like beer, so I drink ciders, but I don't drink beer. But Jackie, what's your pick?
I mean, between beer and wine for sure. I mean, I like beer. But I feel like I could drink wine anytime, but beer I pretty much is just limited to like concerts or like sporting events. I don't typically just like sit around the house and drink beer. I would drink wine.
You're not one of those, I'm sure you guys are from an area, Columbus, that has a lot of craft breweries. You see a lot of those?
Oh, yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We go to breweries all the time, really. There's a
that-
big one, Brewdog, around here. That's like a big one. So, yeah. What do you think?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm beer.
Beer.
Typical guy, typical Irish guy.
I'm Irish too.
Well, Irish. Well, I've had a beer since I was 21. So
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So when I was like, so I mean, but I was from a small town, like every small town, somebody that's old enough and they give you the 24 pack.
Yeah.
You
Right.
sit.
That's what you do.
sit in someone's garage and in the woods.
Yep.
Right.
That's exactly what you do. I remember those days.
That's funny.
Where no one bothers you, and then you just have people that aren't idiots and call the cops or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning underage drinking, by the way. Not condoning it.
No, definitely
Don't
not.
do it.
Never promote that. Never promote that.
Never. All right, so Wahlberg or Pharaoh?
So this one's tough because I feel like Wahlberg gets a special bit of love from us because he has a car dealership here in Columbus.
He does.
So
He's a big Ohio guy.
Yeah. Which I don't really know why, because he's from Boston.
They're from Boston, yeah.
But for whatever reason, they wanted to set up shop, so they bought a Chevy dealership up here. So I want to say Wahlberg, but I'm going Pharaoh.
Oh yeah.
He's so funny.
Well, I forgot the movie, but they do movies together sometimes.
What's so funny, Sean, is last night, literally, I didn't even see your questions yet, and I watched Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home.
Yeah.
And that's their movie together. And then Jackie sent me the screenshot of your questions. I'm like, I'm literally watching that movie tonight. But I'm definitely picking Will Ferrell. He's one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
Like Step Brothers is my favorite, one of my favorite comedies. So yeah, Will Ferrell.
He's good as a serious actor too. I've been watching his new show, The Shrink Next Door, which is really dynamite. Oh, I just spit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
He's like, I mean, I don't know. Him and Adam Sandler are kind of similar actors. They do the over the top, can pull a serious one every once in a while.
Yeah.
I like the one where he was what was the one with him? He was he's done a lot, but like kicking and he's done really stupid ones, like kicking and screaming. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. It was
I
really
don't know that one.
It was really stupid. Like it was probably on like it's like when he was a coach of like a 8-year-old soccer team, and he's like yelling at these kids.
Oh, I feel like I do kind of remember that movie. I don't
was
think I
so
saw it, but I feel like
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was
Maybe I
so. It was like
Bad.
so retarded. It was,
All
and
right,
his
well,
dad, and
not
his
gonna watch
dad
that
was
one, or watch
his
that one.
dad was the other coach,
yeah,
and he was.
yes.
I don't think
And
I've
they
seen
were
that.
running. They were making like 8-year-olds do like professional laps. Like they were some
Yeah.
professional soccer
I did
players,
see that.
and they were
Yeah.
like, this is for the championship, and all these kids were like, just like the
Yeah,
the
who is his dad? That's like a serious actor. Like
yeah,
well,
yeah. What's your favorite Mark Wahlberg movie? Let's talk about him real quick. Do you have a favorite Mark
Fear.
Wahlberg movie?
I was gonna say Fear. Yeah,
pretty good.
Fear.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome.
mhm. That roller coaster scene.
Have you guys seen his latest Infinite?
No.
Mm-mm.
That's a pretty good one. So he's like so he's reincarnated. Basically, he's reincarnated, and other people know his previous life.
Oh.
So they have to get him to remember his old life
Oh, cool.
and
That sounds interesting.
That does sound interesting.
and beat the evil person.
Yeah.
And
So are you picking Wahlberg or are you going Pharaoh?
I don't know. I was gonna go with Pharaoh, but now that I'm looking at Wahlberg's library,
You're remembering all his good movies.
yeah, like Ted when he
Oh
was
my
in-
god!
yeah.
Duh, Ted's my favorite.
That's a good one.
I
That's
forgot
Like
about
Ted.
Ted.
and then
I
Ted
love
2,
Ted.
Ted 2.
Yeah,
they're both great.
honestly, I
Using
love Ted.
Let's see, he was in Transformers.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm starting to lean towards Mark Wahlberg. But then if I look at Will Ferrell's library, it's gonna be the
So
same
many.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna be like, oh, he was in this, he was in that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, Anchorman, Talladega
Oh my
Nights,
God.
Step Brothers,
Yes.
so good.
Anchorman.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
I got a impromptu kind of question.
Okay.
So do you guys like sequels or the original movie? That'd be a good one for you to do.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good topic.
I think it just depends because
I know because
sometimes sequels are good, but sometimes they're trash.
Because a lot of people like Rocky 3 over the original.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
like,
that's
or like, so what do you guys think? What do you think there's kind of a danger in doing it because you take too big of a risk and then you lose? I've seen that happen where there's
Yeah.
been sequels where they try too hard and then they lose the bread and butter of what made the original work.
Yeah.
I agree. I just think it depends on the movie. I
Mhm.
mean, like Harry Potter, there's so many and they're all good. Like I
Right.
love all the Harry Potter movies. I can't imagine only one. Star Wars.
Yeah.
The Avengers. Come on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that stuff.
I think
But yeah.
I think a sequel is really good when it works as a standalone movie. So like you could watch the sequel without having seen the first one or whatever.
Right.
Like obviously it helps if you've seen it because then you know a little bit more backstory. But I like when a sequel has its own story. It's not like a continuation of the previous.
Or
Mhm.
sometimes they'll just totally fucking change everything about it. So like Home Alone 1, great. Home Alone 2, awesome. Home Alone 3,
Yeah.
not even Kevin. Like, who are you?
Exactly.
Like, why? Who are you? So when they change like everything about it, that sucks. Or there's a Christmas Story too. I didn't even know that.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, like it's none of the same
That's weird.
people. So
Hmm.
I don't like when they do it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that leads me to the last one I have, horror or comedy. So we were talking about Freddy, Jason, all that, and or comedy sticks. Emily, what about you?
This is really hard for me because I love horror movies a lot. Like love. I'd love to be scared. The scarier, the better. And it's hard to scare me with a movie. So I really want to pick that, but I love comedies too.
Like,
So-
are you a rom-com person, like Wedding Singer
Yeah,
and
I
all
like
them?
rom-coms. I'm a typical girl. I like
Adam
those.
Sandler, you know?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I like rom-coms. I
Yeah.
like all comedies.
Yeah.
That's so hard. I think I'm gonna pick horror. They're just interesting, and
What kind of?
I don't know.
Because I've done some like horror movies and stuff. I had Poltergeist OD who raps about horror movies. That was a good episode. But I don't know, Jackie?
Oh, it's easy for me. It's comedy because I don't like to be scared.
You
I don't
ever
like to
seen the Saw movies?
I've seen Saw.
where they're trapped, and it's like help, you know.
Yeah, so for me it really depends on the movie, because I guess it depends on how you define horror, because I don't like jump scares, but I like a good thriller. I keep spitting, I'm sorry. I like a good thriller or like a suspense movie, like for example, Silence of the Lambs. I love that movie. It's a
but there is a difference between thriller and horror, though.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going comedy. But even if it was like thriller or comedy, I'm still going comedy. I'm just a big giant baby. So
yeah, we're completely opposites.
Like, yeah, you guys have picked the same answer for all these almost. You know, it's like you guys are friends or something. You know. Yeah. No, for me, I mean, I'm very much. It seems like I've done the opposite of you guys, but I'm a big. I don't know. You're right. I'm also a comedy. This one's hard. I'm pretty much the same as you. But like when I was a kid, it was all comedy. But like as soon as I got to like 16 and snuck into the Saw movies, you know,
yeah,
because they you know allegedly was supposed to be like 18, you know, but like no one cares. Right. But like I was a goody two shoes, so I was like, are they gonna catch me?
Jaci,
but it's like my friends, like my friends are just like, dude, don't grow some balls, you know, just go in there. All right, so let's see. Do you guys have any for me to do?
We do, actually.
I was gonna ask about that. I forgot. I didn't know if I was gonna put you on the spot with that or not.
No, we're just gonna give you a fun Christmas would you rather, because it's the season. So would you rather be a reindeer from the waist up
or the waist down?
That's a tough one. Well, waist up, you know, waist up. I think that's because that'd be kind of like you could scare a lot of people. You could scare people better with it like that, you know.
How would you do the podcast?
Well, I mean, have Blitzen help me out, you know. Or someone like that, or like be like, hey, Blitzen, you do it. set up the camera. No, but yeah, that's a good one. What about you guys? That's a good one.
What would I rather be? I'm going waist down.
Same.
I'd be
really. We've been the opposites the entire podcast.
Yeah,
this has been good.
I just don't know. We wouldn't be able to continue the podcast if we couldn't speak.
I want to have my face, my hands.
It would have been lame, like if all three of us picked the same ones every time. This is kind of cool.
Same. Next question.
And I'll just wear like a skirt to cover the bottom. You won't know.
Yeah,
you won't know unless you get up under my skirt. Then you're gonna find out.
Oh dear,
what's up there?
All right, this has gone off the rails. No,
that's what we do.
This is sandals or closed-toed shoes.
Oh, it depends on the shoe.
Depends on the shoe. Yeah. I mean, obviously, summertime sandals all the way.
So that's not an answer.
I mean,
I'll pick sandals.
Yeah, me too. Because I love a good open-toed heel. So
she's showing her heels.
Are heels sandals? That's a good question for Google.
Well, heels can be sandals, but you said heels are closed toe, and so closed toe. I mean that eliminates a lot of my shoes. So
I'm gonna look this up for the podcast. I'm sure they're riveted by this. Sandals. It's like, how can I lose people? This is it right here. Sandals are an open type of footwear consisting of a sole held to the wearer's foot by straps going over the instep. And sandals can also have a heel. Oh.
Okay, so there you
go.
So they're technically both? It's like a hybrid?
I'll take it. That sounds fair.
How about this? I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
How high can stilettos reach up to? How many inches? I looked it up.
6?
No, 8.
What? 8? Oh my gosh! Can you imagine?
8 inch,
I could walk on those heels.
Yikes!
8-inch heels.
I've got some.
It says 8. It says 8 inch.
I'm like, how? I'm like digging in my shoes now. Like
that's too high.
That's too much.
Stilettos, the highest of all heels. Stilettos can reach up to 8 inches.
That's insane.
While these heights can cause many problems, it's a worthy skill. Yeah, worthy skill for who?
Yeah.
This is Google. Have you ran into any like copycat podcasts? People that do similar would you rathers?
There have been a few, but it's different.
Yeah.
Than us.
So our big thing is finding people with similar names, but not so much a similar concept. So
there have been a couple would you rathers, but it's different. I don't know. It's not the same.
It's different. It's not as good.
No, of course.
That's
of
how
course
it's.
not.
That's how
Of
it's
course
different.
not.
That's how it's different.
We still have a lot of fun with it, and we have some loyal listeners that like to play along every week. They get excited for the topic, and I think people like to play and like get and like pick what they would rather. So we try to really we love our fans, our listeners.
Yeah,
we give them shout outs on every.
I know.
Feedback.
By the way, I actually owe you guys. I didn't steal it, but I started spinning it off. Well, I saw that you guys were giving shout outs to people, and I'm like, you know what, I should do that. But have you guys seen my trivia questions?
No, what?
Trivia?
I do. Yeah. Well, what I do is I post an album cover on Instagram, and then I ask an album cover question.
Oh, fun!
And then the people that get it right get shout outs at the end.
Oh, that's
nice.
One of them was like, you know, I've done, of course, TLC, you know, the classics, you know.
Right.
Fun.
It has to be one that everyone knows. It can't just be like some obscure band, you know. It has to be like Eminem but I didn't Weezer and you know. But I didn't like leave it up to albums though. Like I've done like screen cap of Stacy's mom video.
Oh, fun. I feel like maybe I have seen that.
Yeah.
I feel like I did see that, but
cool.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so it's kind of like a spin-off, you know. I keep it a trick for the people that get it right to know what episode they're on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They have to listen to see what episode they're on.
Yep,
for sure.
Because most people tell them when they're going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't. I just straight up, hey, you have to listen to find it.
Yeah,
I didn't say I would tell you when you were on. I said that you would get a shout out.
Nice.
But I didn't say when you would get the shout out.
That's how you keep them coming back. I like it. I like it.
Get people to listen. I like it.
Yeah,
good
it's
idea.
like so you know.
Yeah,
it's just something fun, you know. And I'm gonna try the coffee mugs, and we'll see if I sell.
I will definitely buy one of those from you.
You know,
for sure.
I'll keep the cost low, you know.
Excellent. Cool.
Always keep the cost low. So how have you guys done that? Like you guys, of course you're gonna say the reasonably priced, but how do you guess your price? How do you guess like your price point and stuff?
So what's interesting is with Bonfire, there's no cost to us to do it. So say you have a shirt made and you decide how much it's going to sell for. And the more you sell it for, the more profit you make. So what we do is we set ours at almost the bare minimum profit because we're not losing any money to do this. It's totally free. So even if we make $1 on a shirt, that's $1 more than we had before. And exactly. And if we can keep the price low, we're more likely to sell more. So yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah. There's no overhead for us. That's how we do it.
No overhead. Yeah. Well, that's what I was questioning. I'm like, but there has to be a catch though. Then what do they get for giving this for free then?
So
they get advertising?
It's not free. They get a cut of the profit.
Oh, it's like anything else where they get a cut. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Like Uber or whatever, any sort of method, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So say if they sell the shirt for, $20 and we get $1 off of it.
But I think that's the difference with like the buy ones is they don't take a huge hit because they get the money up front.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens with like Shopify.
Yeah.
Okay. There's two options there. There's either the one where you get a hit at the end, or you get to take the hit in the front of the of the transaction.
Right.
So that's cool. So I really appreciate you guys doing this, and it was last minute. So I really appreciated this.
No problem. We really appreciate you having us on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, it's been good to catch up. Like I said, that was we're going on almost a year and 4 months since the last time you were on Schitt's Creek.
I can't believe that.
I know, it doesn't seem like that long ago.
That was actually a highly downloaded show.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
And that was I got you guys kind of in the beginning too of when you first started. So this is kind of a cool Like, that's why I wanted to ask how that was doing, because it was a good, from when you first started to now when you're experienced podcasters.
Right.
Oh,
And that's another question. That's another question I kind of forgot about that until we started talking about it again. What's the biggest thing I'll start with Jackie. What's the biggest thing that you've learned since you first started podcasting? What's the biggest thing?
I say a lot. That's the biggest thing.
That's it? That's all you're going to give me?
I mean,
is there any tricks that you learned or whatever?
I think the thing that makes us so successful is that while we love and constantly give praise to our listeners, we do this because we like doing it. We're not doing it because, oh, well, if we do it this way, we'll get these listeners. If we do it that way, we'll get these listeners. We do it because it's something we enjoy doing.
I feel like I learned something every episode, honestly. Every episode I'll be like, don't say that. Or, I've just learned how to speak to an audience where it's different than just speaking with in the beginning, it was just like conversation. Yeah. And we'd be like, man, we shouldn't have said that. Or so, enunciate and don't say this. And remember there's an audience listening, just like learning as we go. I feel like we've come so far from episode 1. Yeah. Like I cringe at some of my earlier episodes. Like, oh, no,
me too. Trust me.
Yeah.
May I suggest a future podcast idea?
Absolutely.
If you ever decide to have a guest, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. You have no idea what the topic is. They show up with the Would You Rather.
Oh.
You reverse role. So you can call it like mystery.
I like that. Actually,
so you have
really
no idea.
idea.
I mean, you have to have some behind the scenes coverage. Like,
I know, I like that. Yeah.
Don't go here, but
right. We do have some plans coming up for some guests. We're not going to have guests regularly, but we do have a couple ideas coming up to have some guests on. So,
all right, well, whose idea was that? Guest? Was it Emily or Jack? Who's like, maybe we should do guests now?
I don't remember. I think
kind of a
maybe
group.
We can just talk about it. Maybe, yeah. I don't really remember.
In one of your workshop meetings.
Yeah.
It really just happens organically, like
because we've been guests on a couple different ones, so we want to return the favor kind
of thing. Maybe we'll
maybe you can be that. Yeah.
But of course, me being lazy, I'm gonna do sensible or cynical.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Prizes for wins.
That's
like I wonder where I got. So I wonder where you got that from.
It is a good topic, though. Yeah, we'll just steal it anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, where can people find the podcast?
Everywhere. If we're on Apple, Google, Spotify, Castbox, Radio Public, Overcast, like we're everywhere. Yeah.
But we have TikTok and YouTube now.
Oh,
we also have. Yeah.
That's been a running theme on my last couple episodes. Is I've had people on trying to convince me to get a TikTok.
Yeah,
that's fun. You should check out our TikTok.
Do you guys care to weigh in on that?
I love TikTok. Yeah. I think it's fun. Check out ours and you'll see like the fun stuff we do.
I think the thing that's fun with TikTok is because of course now they've expanded and you can do 3-minute TikToks, but we typically keep them pretty short. And, I would say it's probably an even mix of when they're episode related or just for fun.
Yeah. Sometimes we just do fun ones just for whatever.
Our most recent one is just a funny one. So yeah. It's just something to
keep interest.
Yeah.
Social media handles?
Oh gosh. So on Twitter, we're at Grass Podcast. Facebook is the Greener Grass Podcast. Instagram, the Greener Grass Podcast. We have Snapchat. That's GRNR Grass PODCST. TikTok is the Greener Grass Podcast. And YouTube, you do have to search for us because we don't have enough downloads or followers yet to get that custom handle. So help us out, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff.
Check out our YouTube videos are fun. Yeah, they're fun. So
really good.
How's the subscriber going on with that? Is that going up and up and up or steady?
Yeah, pretty steady. So it's different because we don't, like with our episodes, we put one out every week, but our YouTube is more complimentary. So it's not.
Like I just post the audio on. I just put the audio podcast on there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's great catching up.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
You too.
Thank you, Sean.
And you guys are doing great. I've listened to, just like anybody else, though, it seems like everyone's just hit or miss on the episodes. You see it in your feed and it's like, oh, that one's cool. And that's what you guys get a lot too, is right? They'll scroll down and they'll be like, oh, that topic's interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it when we see a random comment on Instagram like, oh, I love this. And we're like, who is this even?
Right. Yeah. It's the topic that speaks to people.
Yeah,
we try.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and thanks for bearing with me on the audio difficulty.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, before I get to this week's trivia results, I am starting to provide more content on YouTube. I went live with Tyson Sainer of the Antisocial Show, Succotash Shut-In. We talked about classic rock music, and we even created our own Mount Rushmore of rock music. Check it out. Go to youtube.com, type in Sensibly Cynical, and please subscribe. Thank you for the constant support. I really, really, really appreciate it. Now it is time for this week's Instagram trivia results. Recently, I posted an album and asked the question, what is the name of this 1992 Nirvana album? The answer was Incesticide. And we had one winner, xalicia.b, got it right. Thanks for answering. Please check us out on Twitter at Cynical Sensibly, Instagram Sensibly Cynical Pod, and please follow us on Facebook. WordPress, we're on there. Like I said, subscribe to us on YouTube, and of course, wherever you get your podcasts. And coming up soon, very soon, I will have the independent artist Freestyle on the podcast. I'm excited to talk with him. He's had quite the journey, and it should be an awesome interview. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If I don't post an episode before then, Happy Holidays, all that jazz. And please, 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 please stay safe and take care. See ya.